guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have a guest today, and I'm so excited. You guys have seen her on my channel before, and you've definitely seen her all over Instagram and all over YouTube because she's basically famous in the church. So,
oh my gosh, not even.
This is Mimi, for those of you guys who don't know.
Hi.
So, Mimi, explain like a little bit of what you do and why you do it and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got my start on Saints Unscripted a couple years ago. You might have known it as Three Mormons. We had to do a name switch when everything came out.
I can relate.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you were ever
I was Millennial Mormon.
Yeah. What a throwback.
Before Sunday Jess.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that's how I got my start, and then I decided to start my own personal YouTube channel, which is just Mimi Bascom, and I also do a lot on Instagram. That's like my main platform. I try to share uplifting content specifically for members of the church who are looking for positive role models who they can watch on YouTube and Instagram, who they can actually relate to, and show that being religious is still cool. It's still a thing. So yeah, that's a little
So if you guys follow me, you will absolutely love Mimi's stuff. She has like an adorable style that's like different from mine, so you're not just gonna like...
Except today.
Yeah. Oh yeah, except today. We literally showed up wearing the same exact shade of orange sweater.
So
I had
like
change.
the same sweater. It was hilarious.
But go follow her on Instagram and her YouTube, both the Saints Unscripted, if you aren't already watching Saints Unscripted, and then also her like personal YouTube channel. I'll have them all linked down below so you can check them out. She's so fun, has an adorable personality. So
thank you.
I thought she would be the perfect person to bring on for this video that I've had in the works for a while because so many of you guys have DM'd me about advice on this, and I could have filmed it myself. I just thought it'd be so much better to share embarrassing stories about my teenage years with somebody else.
Yes, girl talk.
Especially somebody who's so similar to me. Mimi and I are basically like the same person.
It's crazy.
If you guys didn't
crazy,
know.
Yeah.
So, anyways, today I want to do a video all about firsts. So, first kiss, first boyfriend, first date, and just share stories with you guys about our first, and then also the advice that we think would be beneficial for you guys to know that are going through all that stuff right now. So, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, give it a like. Subscribe for videos every single Sunday, all about sister missionary prep, modest fashion, and just big sister advice in general. So, and since this is a collab video, we filmed a video over on Mimi's channel too that is super fun and full of more than just silly stories like this video was. But we're actually giving you guys really good advice about dating and relationships over on the video that we filmed together. The qualities that we looked for in guys when we were dating, how we knew our husbands were like actually the one when we were dating. So it's a really cute video. I definitely encourage you guys to go check it out. It'll be linked in the down bar below, as well as all of Mimi's social media channels and profiles. All right, Mimi, do you want to start us off with your story?
Oh my gosh, okay, which one?
Let's start with, what happened first? Did, like, your first date happen first, or your first kiss?
First kiss.
Like, first boyfriend? Okay, that's where I was too, but I'm like, maybe, like, I guess I should have went on a date before I had a first kiss, but I didn't.
Same. Oh my gosh. So embarrassing.
Okay, so how old were you? Where did it happen? How did you feel about it?
Okay, actually super romantic. Great story. So
maybe
here's
I should
the
put
thing.
mine first, because mine's embarrassing as crap.
I feel like I'm embarrassed talking about mine. Okay, I was 15, and I'm like the youngest in my grade. If I was born in Utah, I would have been in the grade lower. So anyway, everyone in my grade was at least like 16, I think, at the time. And, wait, maybe I was 14. I don't remember.
Okay.
One of the two. I was like in 9th grade or something, and all my friends had already had their first kiss. And so I was feeling so behind, so insecure about it, which we'll talk about. Doesn't matter at all.
Not at all.
But I was like humiliated. I was like, honestly, at this point, I just want to get it over with. I don't care who it's with. I don't care what it, like, I just wanted it to be done so people could stop asking, did you have your first kiss yet? Or whatever. And so this is a funny, like, weirdest situation, but my mom was dating this guy at the time. Okay. And his family had like a houseboat share on Lake Powell. And my mom's boyfriend's sister's son was coming. So my mom's boyfriend's nephew. Yeah. And he was, I've got to have been 15, because he was like 18, about to start college. And I was like, oh my gosh.
We have the same story.
Okay,
continue.
We are the same person. And so, anyway, he was, like, so hot at the time. Like,
he's older.
He is older, and we were, like, doing water sports, and he was, like, ripped, and I was like, okay.
Like, this is it.
This has got to be it. And, like, at the time, like, he would, like, flirt with me or whatever, and, like, hold my hands when no one's around.
You had your first kiss on a houseboat with, like, other family
Literally, there was
like,
probably,
this is stressing me out.
15 or 20 people there. All his family members. I'm not, and we were, like, the people that people didn't know because we were just the boyfriend's family. Yeah. Anyway, so like weirdest situation. I'm with his siblings, his cousins, his like everyone. I hope he never watches this. Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. But he would like.
We're not dropping names here. It could this could totally be with somebody else. This is such a general situation here.
Oh my gosh, seriously. He would hold my hand when nobody was looking, or like, you know what I mean? All like the flirty stuff. And I was like, this is true love, because I have not had on makeup this whole trip and he still seems to like me. So I was convinced it was true love. And so then, this is the good part. So it's the last night on Lake Powell. It's like just barely drizzling, but it's summertime, so it's warm. And he tells me, he's like, meet me on the roof in like 5 minutes.
I'm like about to cry because this is so cute.
This could be like in a Nicholas
This is High School Musical, yeah.
So he's like, meet me on the roof in like 5 minutes. Don't let anyone see
like
you.
He told you this, or did he text you?
He either like wrote me a note or texted it to me.
Yeah.
Because I guess he was already up there, but we had to like go up at different times. Because like on a houseboat, you kind of know where everybody is all the time. So I had to like sneak up there so my sister wouldn't see I was gone, because I knew she'd tell on me. And so I like went up, and it's just like barely drizzling rain. And he was like,
I just had such a good week with you.
On the houseboat, and like saying all this stuff. And then in the rain, we're like looking out at the view, and he's like, it's always like, he said something stupid. He's like,
it's always been on my bucket list to kiss a girl in the rain.
And then he pulled me in and kissed me, and it was my first kiss.
That's so cute.
I thought it was amazing. I was so excited to go back to school and tell all my friends.
Yeah, that's like a fantastic story.
And then my mom or no one even figured out for like years later.
Oh,
so that was the best thing, because I know I would have never heard the end of it. So that's it.
Wow. Okay, so, you know, I related like halfway through, and then when it got cute, that's where it just like... So, I think I was probably... Okay, so I feel like I had 2 first kisses, because one was like just a peck on the cheek.
Okay.
And then one was like an actual like mouth action. So, like, they're like 2 distinct things in my mind. And usually I tell people that the peck on the cheek was my real first kiss, because technically it was, because the other, like, actual mouth one was like a horrific story. So, I was like only 13, and he was like straight up 16. Like, I was like, why? Looking back now, I don't know why, but
that's a lot.
I know, he worked for my family, because like my family has a ranch, and so like he did like manual labor and stuff around our
I'm thinking
our house.
Like Hannah Montana movie.
This is basically it, yeah. Except for like he's like way less cute. So and like creepy, because he's like 4 years older than me. Like that's weird. Yeah. Anyways,
at that age,
I thought it was so cool. Like I remember going into junior high and like like an older guy likes me. I'm so cool. Oh wow, I can't even think. I'm trying to remember, because there was a point that it almost happened that was like really cool, like in front of a lake. Like a pond, and like we were like skipping stones, and it was like adorable, but I'm pretty sure that was not the time that it happened. Pretty sure we were actually driving back from a rodeo, and I was of course like really cute and sweaty and dirty, but you know it's fine.
And he was like driving you, because he was about to drive.
No, we were in the back seat, and my parents were driving. I'm like 99% sure, but it's like a truck, so like it's like big. And we were driving back from a rodeo, and like right before like we dropped him off, he just like, and it was dark, so like you couldn't see, but he just like pecked me on the cheek really quick, and I was just like I was dying. Anyways, like super like not romantic, and then I'm pretty sure like we never talked again.
Cute. It's like scandalous. Your parents were
that's so weird.
Same car.
So weird. My parents probably totally knew, because they probably heard like so loud, I'm sure. And then my like technical like first like real like actual kiss was when I was I think 14. I was a freshman, and the guy was a grade older than me. Once again, same thing. My friends were like, "Oh, I've like had my first kiss," and like I would just lie and say like I did, because like technically like a cheek kiss, like you know, technicalities. Anyways, so I wanted to get my first kiss over with too, but like I wanted it to be like super cool. Well, I was actually like texting this guy that was like the grade older than me, because we had like mutual friends and had been to went to the same high school and stuff. And so we'd hung out like after school and stuff, not like by ourselves, but with these friends. Mm-hmm. Well, I really liked him, and I think he kind of liked me. I don't really know. Probably not, but... And so we were going to the movies, all of us, one night, and like our group of friends. And so him and I sat next to each other, and we went and saw the last Harry Potter, or the part 1 of the last Harry Potter movie. Yeah. This totally ruined Harry Potter for me, P.S. Like, I can't, like...
Oh, no!
It's like movie movie's ending, and I'm, like, so stressed out, because I'm like, this is, like, such an ideal time to have my first kiss, like...
Were you holding hands or anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we had at least gotten to that point in the relationship. I don't know. And literally, I, like, looked at him as the movie, like, the credits were about to roll. Actually, no. Voldemort's, like, rising out of the grave. Like, pulling the wand out of Dumbledore's hand. And I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, you want a kiss? And he's like, sure. And we straight up, like, kissed, and that was it.
You asked him?
Yeah. I'm like, I just want to get this over with.
Be honest, that is the way to do it. I love that it's like
terrifying.
The climax of the movie.
Oh yeah. I don't even know what happened at the end technically because I didn't see it. But yeah, my friends there was two like of my girlfriends sitting on the other side of him, and so they were like, it was great time. So stupid looking back now. So my advice for first kiss would be like, don't stress about it because it's better to have a better story like hers than a stupid story like mine.
Just don't worry. Like,
wait for the best moment possible.
Yeah, and even if all your friends are having their first kiss, like, there's honestly no rush. Like,
no.
I know so many people who, like, are cool and, like, my friends now, and they told me, they're like, yeah, I didn't have my first kiss till after my mission.
Yeah, so I was like 20 or 21.
Yeah, so, like, there's no rush at all. No. It happens at different times for everybody, so don't feel like you just have to, like, get it over with because there's not a right time it has to happen.
Or if you do, just be frank and be like, hey, you want a kiss? And just...
I'm just kidding. Be correct. Tell me what you want.
Oh my gosh. But, yeah, I remember stressing out about when I was, like, 14 and being like, this is the night. Like, I looked so cute. But probably not. Anyways.
No tongue. If it's your first kiss, don't even try. Like, you will learn.
You can wiki how to kiss. Did you ever look at those? Like,
no.
Oh, you did it? Oh, because I remember, like, freaking out, being like, how do you actually kiss? Because I'm like, where do, like,
what do you mean?
Where do your teeth go? Like, I can't figure that out. I'm telling you what my 14-year-old mind was thinking. Oh my gosh,
I'm dead. That is so funny.
Me at, like, 13, 14, I'm like, I don't get how, like, you don't, like, hit teeth. And so, no, you can, like, straight up, like, YouTube or WikiHow. There's some quality videos. Quality videos. I'm sure, and this is, like, in 2013, so I'm sure there was some great, or no, this would have been, like, 2009.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm sure there was some great videos online at that time.
Just be careful.
Oh my gosh, yeah, don't you tongue. No, keep it short and sweet.
Yeah.
Leave them wanting more.
Yes.
Better. Oh my gosh. Okay, so moving on to, like, your first date or first boyfriend, whichever. Hopefully you dated bigger.
Yes,
but maybe you're backwards. I don't know.
No, this one I'm not backwards on.
Okay.
I waited till I was 16 to start dating. I feel like when I was 16, my first date, I was doing, like, film stuff at the time, so I was actually filming a movie with the guy I had a crush on. So he was just, like, I met him through
so glamorous.
Oh my gosh, no, not even.
It was just, like, we were filming a movie.
It was just, like, a church movie. It was not even, like, a big, like, production. And he was, like, driving me home because it was, like, I don't know, snowy or something. Yeah. And so we just stopped on the way and we went to a restaurant and it was so cute because I liked him and it was like he had very good manners. He would, like, open the door for me and everything. Yeah. So I feel like I got really lucky with
That's cool. What was, like, your biggest fear, like, for your first date? Like,
I feel like my biggest fear is just, like, embarrassing myself, like, saying the wrong thing, especially when I, like, hadn't been on a date before. Like, I wasn't even sure what people talked about because we were already friends at that point. Yeah. So I'm like, does this change, like, how our conversations go? Yeah. Like, I didn't know how it was supposed to be, and I was nervous.
Like, I didn't know where your teeth go when you kiss. You just have questions like this. It's fine.
And I think my biggest fear was, like, when I turned 16, because I grew up in Utah, so, like, it's a thing where, like, when you turn 16, you can date now, and I was so nervous that, like, when I turned 16, I wouldn't get asked on a date, because everybody asks, like, oh, like, who are you going out with on your first date, blah, 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 so I feel like that was probably the biggest thing, but in reality, I think it was, like, I don't think it was, like, right on my birthday, because, like, some people on their 16th birthday in Utah, they
just
go
wait for my story.
Oh my gosh, was that you?
Yes, that was me. Well,
I'm dead.
I know.
That's so funny. And so, that was not mine at all. Mine was, like, a couple weeks later, or even a month later, or something. But anyway, it all worked out. It was good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so what advice would you give to somebody going on their first date?
just don't be nervous, especially if, like, and I know that's so much easier said than done, but especially if you were friends with the person already, like, nothing's really that different. This is just your chance to get to know them a little bit better. Just don't have pressure of, like, okay, this means we're going to get married now. Just take it one step at a time and try to have fun with it.
That's great. I love that.
I want to hear yours.
Oh, my. Okay. So, once again, so not cute. So, there was this guy in my stake, and he was, like, the guy. Like, everybody wanted to go on a date with him. And he was, I think, at least 2 years older than me. So, he was, like, so cool. Like, he knew how to dance really cool. Like, he dressed cool. Like, all the guys hated him because all of us girls just talked about him all the time.
Like the Troy Bolton steak.
Literally.
Every steak has one.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm from California, and, like, we still have those. So, I grew up, like, going to, like, steak dances and stuff, and, like, always seeing him and be like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. Well, roundabout way through, like, a church activity I was, like, helping out with, it was, like, a Christmas program thing, and he was a shepherd, because he sang really good, of course, and I, like, conned my way into being, like, a makeup person for the program, so that way I could get, like, real up close and personal with all the young men, because that was my goal in life as a youth, and so... He thought I was, like, way older than I was. He thought I was, like, 17 or 18, and I was really 16. But I was not about to tell him that I was only 16. Like, just barely about to turn 16. And so, he, like, ended up asking, like, a couple of, like, the other young men, like, hey, how old is she? And then they, like, relayed it back to me. And,
did they tell him?
Yeah, they did. But I was, like, turning 16, like, in a couple months.
Okay.
So, he was like, hey, like, when you turn 16, can I take you on a date? And I'm like... Yes! Like, I'm so excited. Like, this is the guy. Like, I'm pretty sure I had, like, a Facebook message group with, like, all the young women I ward, because this is before, like, group messages.
Yeah, no, I had those too.
And, because this is, like, 2012? Yeah. So, they were freaking out. Like, we were so pumped. My 16th birthday rolls around. I am, like, pumped out of my mind. Yeah. My 16th birthday was, like, one of the worst days of my entire life. I woke up, failed my driving test in the morning. Because I had that. And then if it makes you any, like, if you think, like, oh, that's not that bad, my date then stood me up. And, like, straight up, we didn't go on a date. Like,
shut up, that guy? The shepherd, the Troy Bolton? I'm devastated.
My parents were, like, out of town, too, so I literally sat at home, like, by myself.
Oh my gosh, you poor thing. That's okay. Wait. So did you guys, like, you had the plan?
So in his defense, he was, like, kind of dating another girl at the time. Like, so it's fine. But, like, I held that promise in my heart.
Oh my
God. We're going on a date my 16th birthday, and, like, it was like a loose, like, hey, let's hang out. But, like, of course, me is like, it's a date.
Oh yeah.
And so then he just, like, didn't show up. And I'm like.
Oh my gosh.
Roundabout way, we actually ended up dating, like, a couple years later, like, on and off for, like, a couple months, and, like, I never told him this story, because, like, I was, like, still so cute, like, low-key annoyed on the inside, and, like, I can't embarrass myself and tell him this, because, like, this is how I really feel in this entire situation. So, but my first, like, actual real date that actually, like, happened, where we went out, and, like, he actually, like, picked me up, was this guy that was also, like, the Troy Bolton of my high school.
Okay,
like, literally
nice.
Troy Bolton. Like,
basketball. Jesse had games.
Basketball.
Yes.
No, I didn't. When this guy asked me out, I thought it was a joke. Like, I thought it was a prank.
Oh my gosh,
I was, like, terrified.
That movie.
Which one? Yeah, I thought it was a joke, because he was so cool. And, like, we had grown up going to high school together, so, like, he had seen me from, like, awkward stage to all the way. And this was, like, I think my junior year of high school. Okay. I was 17. He was my age. And, yeah, he was just, like it. And he asked me out, thought it was a joke, and then I'm like, are you, like, really serious? Like, you actually want to take me on a date? And once again, it was, like, the talk of the entire high school, because, like, me gets to go out with him, and it's just, like, wow. He took me to a movie. Pretty sure we saw, like, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Super, like, not a great date movie, but it was fine. And, like, didn't even hold hands, because I literally was just waiting for, like, this to be, like, a prank.
Like, the cameras to come out.
Yeah, I was, like, waiting for it, and, like, me to, like, maybe lean in to kiss him, and then him just be like, JK, here's a pie in your face. Like, I don't know. So, then, like, I was so awkward looking back now, because I thought it was a prank. But he was, like, actually really sweet. And
oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Yeah, and then, like, after, when I realized it kind of wasn't a prank when the movie was over, I was like, hey, like, he was just gonna take me back to my house. I'm like, oh, like, there's a cool, like, like little like hill in our city that you can go like to the top of, and like people don't make out at it. I'm sure they do, but like we didn't. But yeah, and like we just like sat and like talked about life for like a half hour, and like that was kind of cute and romantic, and that was my date. And later on, like a month later, so like he kissed me, and that was like fantastic because I gotta go rub it on my friends' faces. So
yeah, I was gonna ask if you guys kept going out then.
No, we went out like twice. So my advice on a first date would be like, make sure they're actually gonna take you on a date. That's really like confirm. Like don't just hold that in your heart and be like, he's gonna take me on a date. But don't be heartbroken if they do, because eventually in life you'll probably end up dating that person anyways, and your life's a lot better than theirs. And I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
But seriously, it happens literally to everyone.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can see Jessie is so gorgeous, amazing, smart, like amazing person. I'm sure you were then too. But literally, it happens to us all. Yeah. Like everybody
and
deals
those
with heartbreak.
Boys like are literally nothing now.
Oh my gosh, I cannot emphasize enough. I was just on Facebook and I saw like it was one of the memories things. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the guy that I like had a crush on in high school. What is he doing now? Not good. Yeah. Like, I swear, like, every guy who was cute in high school is now,
not
like...
now. No.
Not cute. So...
No.
Don't be too sad.
No. And as like, your first date goes, like, once again, just, like, also let it happen. Like, don't... Yeah. And then, I think people stress about it a lot, but, like, just making conversation, like, honestly, just practice having conversations with people.
Totally.
I feel like guys, like, enjoyed going on dates with me because they're like, wow, like, you're a good, like, person to talk with. Because, like, I will not let the conversation die. I can talk to a wall and, like, make this conversation happen. And so... and just, like, you can even, like, go online and look up, like, conversation starters.
Yeah.
Like,
ask a lot of questions. People love talking about themselves. Oh, yeah.
Especially guys, like...
Oh, they do. They so do.
So, and don't go to eat on a first date. I feel like that's such, like, a...
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I hate eating in front of people, especially, like, on a first date. Like, that's, like...
I used to only order salads. Don't be like me. You can order whatever you want. Oh, yeah. But don't order, like, the most expensive thing on the menu.
No, don't be that.
This is, like, the real tips. This is good.
Second date, I always offer to pay. Because, like, usually guys pay on the first date. And so I always felt like second date. Like, if I, like, asked him, because I usually did, like... If he asked me on a second date and I wasn't feeling, I'd be like, yeah, no. But usually if I, like, agreed that I'd pay for a second date...
Totally. I did it like whoever asks on the date pays.
Yeah.
And so like I would pay for dates on ones that I ask people on.
I feel like movies are not good first dates. And
I don't like that.
Looking back now, my husband, our first date was a movie. Against my will. Yeah. And then that date I just talked about, my first date was a movie. Like, I feel like those are just, because it's just, you have no time to talk. And, like, it's the awkward, you're, like, sitting there like this. You're like, oh my gosh, don't touch my shoulder. Like,
I think, like, movie dates should be reserved when you're already dating someone. Just because, like, it's so awkward. And if you've never, like, held hands or anything before. Like, it's so, and you don't want to be holding hands for the entire movie. No. That is way too much. No. It's just, it's uncomfortable.
Your hand's way too sweaty.
And you're both thinking about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like... Just don't do it.
Yeah, and then the stress comes when you, like, have to fix your hair, but you need, like, two hands. And
oh my gosh!
Like, let go of his hand, but then you also want to keep holding his hand, so you have to, like, put it back.
Hold on one second.
No, and then I'm the girl that I always wanted, like, a big bucket of popcorn.
Same.
But then, like, both times I went on movies for dates, they don't buy popcorn. I'm like,
oh yeah, it's expensive.
What am I supposed to do?
I know. I remember when we went, I think we shared like a huge popcorn.
When you and I went to movies. Yeah. Great time.
That was our first date, and I think it actually went okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, first boyfriend.
Okay. Oh, shoot, hold on. Let me think.
It's okay.
Like, real boyfriend, like, what? Not, like, middle school boyfriends, right?
No, yeah, like, real, like...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, my...
It's okay, you need an embarrassing story.
I do.
Me roasting myself.
This is really, like,
you need to join in.
Okay. My first boyfriend was this guy, and I worked with him, and we were... This is so embarrassing. I'll just say it. I was 17, and I think he was 22. So there was a big age gap, and it was weird because I was still in high school. Yeah. And he was in college.
Doesn't that weird you out now? That's like, what
it weirds me out. Like, when I was at the time, I thought it was really cool. And now that I'm 22,
now
I'm like...
you hear girls go missing because they were dating like a 22-year-old.
Yeah, I'm like, he was really nice.
That was almost me.
No, I'm
like terrified. Like,
it's
so me that was like killed. Anyways,
I know. So that was the situation. He was really, really nice. But anyway, it was uncomfortable because he was going to BYU. I was going to Pioneer High School for the performing arts, And yeah, it was just not, like, we dated for, let's see, probably a couple months. We dated like, no, it was probably longer than that. I don't know how long we dated. Probably from like spring until like August.
Yeah.
And then I started college. I started at the University of Utah, which is in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And I kind of just decided to cut it off. Like, I liked him and everything, but I wanted to be able to have a college experience. And I didn't know if I, like, saw things really going anywhere with him.
Yeah.
So we broke it off, but we had a good time while we were dating. He came to my senior year prom with me.
Aww.
I didn't win prom queen.
You were like,
I was
look at
devastated.
this.
I know. And all my friends were, like,
this.
worried. They're like, so how old is your boyfriend? Like,
yeah.
And he literally is in, like, my prom pictures. It's, like, it's hilarious.
That's cool. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, that's good. You needed, like, a tragic story. So.
I know, I did. I don't recommend dating people that much older than you. Like, it may be cool to tell your friends or whatever,
but it is so, like, what... Okay, I feel like people... Because I was the queen of dating, like, older boys. Like,
Me
I
too!
I didn't relate to boys that were, like, my age, because they were stupid.
Yeah.
And so, like, when I was at BYUI, I was straight up, like, 18 years old, and I was dating a guy that was 26. What was I even doing? I don't know. Like, literally the same age as my brother. Like, that's weird.
And you were probably, like, fine with it, but now,
yeah.
like, if I met a 26-year-old who's dating an 18-year-old,
I'd be like, what the
is wrong
heck is wrong with you? Because you know why? There is something wrong with them. Because they can't date girls their own age because something's wrong with them. So, just a heads up, if you feel like dating an older person, know that, like, there's probably something wrong with them. And that's why they're, like, dipping down.
Or just... Yeah,
like dipping down in age, not like in quality person. I'm sure you're
yeah. No, just be really careful.
Yeah.
Just think like they should be dating probably someone their own
age. If
age.
you're embarrassed to tell your parents about the person you're dating, it's probably for like a solid
that's
you should
true.
be dating them. Yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah. So my first boyfriend, I feel like I had a lot of long distance like boyfriends like in my teenage years because being from California, like, there's not a ton of members.
Yeah.
And so I'd meet, like, other guys that were cool at, like, 5 stake youth conferences or stuff like that.
Okay.
And so they would live, like, 2 hours away from me. This happened twice. Both ended really bad. So this guy I had actually met, this is also, like, a great story time. So this guy I had met at a multi-stake, like, youth dance growing up, and he lived, like, almost 3 hours south of, like, where I lived. And so we, like, chatted, over, like, we texted, it was probably 2013, 14. Anyways, he was a year older than me. I was a junior, he was a senior, obviously, like, way different high schools since we lived so far apart. But he was cool, he was getting ready to, like, go on his mission, and we, like, started dating. Well, we would actually, like, I drove down to his, like, hometown one time. The next time, like, he came up to my hometown.
Okay.
The next time, like, we met, like, halfway in the middle. And so it like, we went on, like, 3 dates, but, like, we were serious probably, like 4-ish months. Like, that was, like, the longest relationship I'd ever had. So, like, I called him my boyfriend, kind of.
Yeah.
I honestly hated the term boyfriend, and I never used it until I actually was, like, dating my husband. Because
no way.
I didn't, like, I had commitment issues. And to, like, call somebody my boyfriend was so serious.
That is
And that just meant, like, so much commitment. That meant that, like, if I was, like, checking out the guy that sat next to me in, like, science class, that, like, that's not good because I like to keep my options open.
Not now, then.
No, not now. I didn't like the term boyfriend because it was just so serious, and I don't want to be, like, attached to somebody.
Yeah,
So.
no, that makes sense.
Anyways, but he was, like, probably, like, the first, like, kind of boyfriend-ish person. Okay. It ended so bad.
Why?
Straight up, so he invited me to his homecoming talk, or like his farewell talk for his mission. Farewell talk. I am 17. Drive down there. I, like, bought a new dress for this because I was so pumped. I drive all the way down there. My parents were really cool, too, and let me, like, drive, like, 3 hours as, like, a 17-year-old to, like...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm like, go parents. They're cool. Anyways, I go to his farewell talk, and he's like, he was kind of weird when I was there, but he was like, which I don't blame him, like, he was, like, literally getting ready to go on a mission, and we had, like, really, like, toned, like, I wasn't gonna wait for him, like, we weren't serious,
okay.
yeah. So, but, like, we still kind of, like, flirted with each other a little bit. Anyways, he was kind of weird when I was there, actually, in his home ward. Well, he's like, hey, do you want to come over to my house after church, like, for lunch with my family? I'm like, oh, sure, like, I didn't think we were, like, that, like, close anymore, but whatever, cool. I go, it was fine, hugged him goodbye, imagine him, you know, coming home from his mission and us getting married, super didn't happen, because literally 2 weeks later, I get a message from a girl on Facebook Messenger, and she's like, hey, were you like at his farewell? And I'm like, yeah. And he's already like on his mission at this point.
Okay.
And she's like, were you guys like a thing? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, huh, we've been a thing for like a year.
Shut up.
He was dating two girls at the same time. I know. He was dating two girls at the same time, and I think he thought that like he was gonna like leave with two girls, like
and like come back with maybe one,
and like hope that there was one, or get like 2 letters every week from girls. Like I don't know, because really the chances of us ever finding out about each other, the only was because she messaged me. So he got
you lived in different like
because we lived so far apart. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So he got Dear John twice on the first week of his mission.
Oh,
that guy's life turned out great, but. Yeah.
He was probably like, he's like, I'm gonna be the coolest
on top of the freaking
elder.
world.
I have 2 different girls writing me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dreams
Don't
crushed.
do that.
No,
That's
don't
so
do that.
rude.
Yeah. So that was some quality stories. But yeah, as far as like boyfriends go, yeah, me personally, I like to keep my options open, and I feel like that really rolls with like what the church like guidelines it gives as far as like, you know, don't get serious with people. Because also, I feel like dating is also kind of underrated in the church a little bit. Like now, like, because it's so hard to define, like, oh, we're dating. Because, like, you can be, like, texting and there's, like, all sorts of things.
Totally.
But, like, getting to know new people, like, and dating a lot of people is really good. You get to learn, like, what you like and what you don't like. I should have kept a book of, like, qualities I didn't like and the things I did like about people. And,
oh, that's smart.
Yeah. And so then when I, like, found, like, Eric, I was like, oh my gosh, like, you're perfect, and like I know what I wanted because I dated like so many people. So
it really I know when I heard that, I was like, when I was like a youth, I was like, well, I can just tell, like I don't have to date a bunch of people. If I find someone I like, I'm just gonna date them. But really, like it's so telling going on dates and experiencing different things with different people. Like you learn so much about people, and you learn a lot about yourself.
And it's so cooler to be the girl that's like isn't like attached, like isn't like like taken in like 5 seconds after turning 16. Like play the field, own it.
Yeah,
it's great. It's so fun.
It's your time to shine,
and you get so many fun stories out of it. That's why I make so many story times on my YouTube channel about my awful dating stories. You guys know I have a lot of them. So
those are my favorite videos.
Oh my gosh, I love when other people do them. So
I need to start making those. I have like thinking about this. I'm remembering like all the crazy
the things that you pushed out of your head because there's
honestly
such bad
like blocked
stories.
out. Oh my gosh.
No, so don't stress out about your first kiss. Just let it happen. Your first date, like, same thing. Just, like, be chill. Change outfits, like, 20 times. It's totally cool.
And first boyfriend, don't rush into a relationship.
No.
I say, some people say well, I don't know. They say for guys, like, don't get into a relationship before your mission.
Yeah.
I think it can depend. I mean, I feel like every situation is different, but... just don't feel like you need to be in a relationship to be whole or be complete, because really you can figure yourself out. You can do you for a while until you find someone that can complement you.
And dating multiple people will help you figure out yourself even better. Like I was like the most confident after I like had dated people and like knew that hey, like I'm a really cool person and like I also want somebody who like treats me like the cool person that I am. So.
Totally.
And trust your parents.
Yes.
If your parents, it sucks. Because I remember my mom telling me, she's like, you shouldn't be going out with him. Or like, that's weird that he did that. And I'm like,
shut up, Mom.
like, looking back now, like, she was so smart.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like, take it from both of us. Because we've been there. Like, listen to your parents. If they say, like, hey, he's kind of a weirdo, like... believe them.
Yes, seriously.
Believe them.
And they might even think it's so funny with my husband. There was this guy that because I worked with. I met my husband at work, and there was this other guy at work that I was kind of interested in. And one time my mom came and visited the office. She's like, well, what about that other guy?
Yeah.
And it was my husband, my future husband. I was like, no, I don't like him. It's fine. So listen to your parents. They know so much about you.
Yeah, and they really want the best for you. And, like, they're not out to just sabotage your relationships.
Right.
Like, that's not what they're trying to do.
Right.
They're honestly, like, trying to help you not suffer and, like, not go through heartbreak and stuff like that.
Because they probably went through it, too.
Oh, they totally did. So don't act like your parents didn't date people, because they definitely did. And I still about their great stories. I'm sure they have some. So anyways, that's all of our advice on that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of long, but hopefully you had a good laugh like through it. So make sure to go check out Mimi's channel and all of her her Instagram and all that stuff because she's adorable, as you can tell, and
Oh
has
my gosh, you're so
so
nice.
many great insights
Thank
about
you.
life and that fall in line with the church too. So yeah.
And if you're not subscribed to Jessie, what are you even doing here? If you
What
watch this
are you
video,
doing?
you probably like it. Don't
Especially if you
forget
made
to
it all the way to
subscribe.
this point. Just subscribe. No, I'm kidding.
Give it a thumbs up. It's free. Takes 2 seconds.
All right, guys. I will see you in next week's video. Bye.